The following podcast contains real reviews and the ridiculous reactions of two would-be oracles of the internet. The opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Seriously.
Hello and welcome to ReviewParty.com. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
This is the internet podcast that's about internet reviews, and it's got some comedy in it. We look at reviews from like Google, Yelp, Amazon, like the Three Wolves in the Moon, the poo-poo gummy bears.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. We're going to show you something new today.
That's right.
That's the intro. I don't know. I'm going to read a freaking review.
Let me hear it.
That's the vibe.
If they don't know the name of the game, that's on them.
This is what I've had for like a month now, I feel like, and the vibe hasn't hit, but it's sitting at the top of the notes, so I think we're there. This is from Amazon. It is a review for BBL bed mattress, post-surgery supplies, and inflatable BBL bed with hole after surgery with recovery, flock top Brazilian butt lift pillow with air pump for sitting sleeping.
That's what that stands for. That's right.
Yep. It's a air mattress with literally a hole in the middle.
Oh boy.
They also give you the hole, like a donut hole, where you can
nice.
put it back in, or use it as a little ottoman, I guess. Let's take it from Cassie. She writes, very hard to get out after surgery. She writes, get a zero-gravity chair and cut a hole. This is impossible to get out after surgery. I got stuck several times. I'm a very strong person, too. My abdominal muscles were completely shot and very useless after my surgery. You need to be able to use your stomach to get up. So unless you have a strong person around to pull your dead weight, don't waste your money. I also kept tearing open my sutures trying to get up from this very low mattress 1 star.
Ooh. Can you not just like roll onto your side and push up?
The amount of weight being thrown around.
Like how much Brazilian butt did you get just like put in your dump truck that that thing is weighing you down?
Imagine you're in fetal position and there's a Honda Civic taped to your butt. Could you roll over? I don't know.
I guess not. I need someone very strong nearby.
Right, exactly. You need someone in the vicinity that is very strong.
With the power of 2, we could move this Civic.
Right. You don't know what you can do until you really try. If there's a baby trapped under that Civic butt, you could lift it up.
Man, popping sutures.
The butt sutures, really.
Oh,
It's the cheek, specifically butt cheek sutures, dude.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine my butt meat not being attached to me.
It's so awful. What's going on that you have such urgency that you don't even care? You're just your butt's hulking out over here, busting its seams.
Right. I feel like I gotta be turtled on my back for a long time before I start resorting to suture popping methods, Hi, guys. Is anyone there?
Help.
I'm stuck in my BBL butt bed.
There's got to be ways you can get out. I know it's not a hospital bed where there's like little attachments that hang from above you that you could grab on and lift yourself out with, but like a stack of books next to you to just lever yourself up.
Yeah, I dunked on the roll idea in a fantastical sense, but really, yeah, you gotta just roll your ass out, get on your knees, and then go from there.
Maybe you tie some bed sheets to like the doorknob and yank yourself up.
Well, at that point, I would want just an entire network of grabbable, pullable bed sheets around the house, so I could just
naturally
hover around on the mattress. You know?
Yeah, sort of Tarzan, swinging yourself. I assume the mattress could slide pretty easily too.
Right. Right. Yeah, and if not, just put some lube it up on the bottom a little bit.
Lube it up, or you get some furniture sliders under there.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. See, that's what you need. Furniture sliders and 2 skiing poles.
You don't need to get up at all. You can stay floundered like a beached whale.
Yeah, exactly. Or even like one of those hoverboards.
Oh,
Just sort of, hang your feet off the ends and put it on a little hoverboard.
Have that sucker drag your feet first.
How did this is totally off topic? Sorry, but how did that company be able to patent? Be able to call themselves a hoverboard? It's a board with 2 wheels. There's no hovering.
Good question. That's man.
Everyone in America has seen Back to the Future 2. Or 3. No, 2. 3's Wild West. 2's Future. And they know what a hoverboard looks like. Yeah. It looks like Marty McFly going across the water fucking with his little cool shoes. On his way to his BBL.
Those boards don't work on water.
Didn't Future Bully guy, didn't he have a BBL or something? I remember he was looking good.
He did have some enhancements, yeah. He pushed the button, he got taller, he got stronger, his butt dropped like a good few inches and boosted out.
Yep.
Yeah, Griff's got the butt.
Man, when was that supposed to take place?
2015.
And we were supposed to have 1-button BBLs by 2015, bro. What happened to this country?
Yeah, you push a button, your jacket dries itself, it fits itself to you, your butt expands a bit.
Tightens up the old tushy, a little bit. Oh boy. Do you have a review?
I do. Let's see here. I feel like we can dig into something here. This is a review, an Amazon review sent to me by a friend of the podcast, founding member and drummer of Nosebleeds, Paul St. Aubin. It was sent to us. It was sent to our Instagram at reviewparty.com. If you want to be a cool bro like Paul or gal or unicorn, whatever you want to be, you can find us there and send us things there. Hopefully I said his last name right.
I think so. I don't know how else you could say it.
Right. This is an Amazon review for the LP. It looks like a double album. Sunbather by Deathheaven. Pretty darn slick looking records. We got a pink. What's the color? It's like a light watermelon.
Watermelon.
A kiwi green.
Oh.
It looks fantastic. To see that sucker spinning on the record player, you'd be pretty happy. But as for the contents itself, the music itself, we're going to turn to this review from Jay. And spoiler alert, we're not actually going to get anything about the content itself. Jay titles the review Neat and writes, "What was the last social mistake you made? I don't really go out or talk to anyone, but when I do, I count the number of times I actually do interact with someone, and I rate rather if that interaction went badly or not. I went out today and interacted with 6 people. 5 out of the 6 interactions were bad. 1 out of the 6 interactions were neutral. Interaction number 1. Buying something at store. Girl at register asks if I want a bag. I tell her yes, but she didn't understand me. Then I said yes too loudly. Interaction number 2. Using crosswalk. Light signals for me to walk. Walk into crosswalk but immediately stop because cars are blocking path. Apparently there's traffic due to some bus departing, causing some cars to be stuck outside of lane. Walk in between the cars that are blocking my path. I signal to a driver that I will be walking in front of his car. He looks at me in anger." If you want to pause and address any of these.
No, I'm going to let them air themselves out.
Let's just go for the ride. Interaction number 3. Guy asks me what time it is. I look at my watch to find out that my watch is dead. I look at my cell phone and still end up telling that person the wrong time. Interaction number 4. Went to go buy watch batteries and have someone install them for me. I couldn't understand anything he was saying. There was a lot of awkward silences. I was supposed to say something, but I didn't know what he was saying. Interaction number 5. Walking in crowded area. Girl who I don't know says hi to me and opens her arms for a hug. I end up hugging her, but she was trying to hug the person behind me. 5 stars. So you'll note we didn't get all 6 interactions. We didn't get the neutral interaction.
That's true. What? I mean, maybe it was so. Did someone just say, "Hi, how are you?" when you were buying some soda?
It was just like the fine, thanks.
Yeah, I would like to think. I mean, this album has a whole Wikipedia article.
Oh,
so it's pretty storied. So I'd like to think that these awkward, self-inflicted social interactions are in the spirit of the album in some sort of way. You know, looks like a shoegaze metal alternative rock band. Maybe there's some lyrical content about not being comfy in your own skin that they're, you know, geniusly addressing, sort of mirroring with a modern society review. Or maybe I'm giving them too much credit and this person just needed to air out their bad feelings.
Yeah, you'd almost like... There was one of those scenarios where it felt like maybe they're putting us on here. But I don't think so. They've only written 3 reviews total. And they're all sort of... They don't all give stories of days like that. But
sure.
The use of language is very similar. And that it doesn't seem like they were trying for this review. This was just the way they talk, the way they are.
Yeah, well, I guess that the only place that brings us, you know, we got to sit down in the room with Jay here and give him a little encouragement. Tell him about how the world really is. Do I expect to have good interactions with people when I go out in the world? No, Jay, I don't. But you can't overthink yourself.
Can't dwell on that.
But yeah, you can't overthink yourself into having bad interactions, right? When you are thinking that someone else is feeling some certain type of way about you without them verbally expressing that to you, at some point you're kind of putting words in their mouth. You know, why did they deserve that on them when they're just trying to do what they do? And yeah, maybe they're being... The negativity is from them, but you can't control that, you know, just like they can't control what you think about them. And those negative feelings are going to color your interactions and make you, tell people the wrong time and awkwardly scream yes in the middle of a gas station or whatever.
Yeah, don't... They say making lists can be helpful and good, like it feels good to check things off lists, but the list you have constructed is a list you don't want. Don't, like, memorialize your bad day.
Yeah. You got to have as short a memory as you can. And I say that as someone who spends plenty of time dwelling on the embarrassing moments that they've had in their life. But you just got to do your best to even if it's something you dwell on, you just got to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Give yourself the same benefit of the doubt you would give someone else, you know, because you're just not going to get anywhere with that line of thinking. What's the logical conclusion of that? I'm annoying and I never leave the house? Probably, but everyone's annoying and we should all be allowed to leave the house.
Yeah. If you feel overwhelmed with social interactions, that's why you got your music. You wind down at home.
Oh, yeah, I think that's some good practical advice. Fuck interacting with people, bro. Put the 2 earbuds in and do your best to be as transient as possible. It is honestly such a good move. I go to Walmart with headphones and no music on all the time. People don't fucking talk. People pretend you don't exist. That's great. And then if someone does interact with you, you can just look at them like, what the? You can put your ears like, I'm not built for this right now.
Yeah, the awkwardness was because I had to like tap a little thing on my ear to pull this thing out of my ear to hear you.
Yep, and then you can, instead of you having the negative thoughts about other people, they can have negative thoughts about you. They can think,
I interrupted that person listening to the Moana soundtrack. I feel bad.
And then you have the power. And, maybe Sunbather is a great album to actually listen to. We got a review.
Yeah?
Here, we'll just do a classic Amazon here. This is a pretty short one. Amazon review for the 10-inch premium chromium-plated steel blade electric deli meat cheese food slicer. Dude. Commercial for home use, 20-40 watts, best wood 250.
Okay.
A meat slicer you might see at the deli at a restaurant. It's kind of, I don't know, looks a little smaller than the restaurant industrial size, but it looks like it can get the job done, no problem. Rod F. Lets us know. Great slicer for the money. My complaint is the same for all slicers. Why not put a pan to catch the meat? My brain corrected it for me. He said Pam. Why not put a Pam to catch the meat? Which was very funny. Okay. Let me read this sentence as is.
Okay.
There's no period. There's no anything here. Why not put a Pam to catch the meat? My hand and fingers are so close to the blade. I bought the slicer to slice my garden produce for drying. I may put 6 or more zucchinis in the slicer at once. I would like them to fall into a pan. I'm thinking about putting the entire slicer on a huge cookie sheet. 5 stars.
I like to imagine that Rod was just a little frightened at the beginning of that review. my fingers are so close.
Right, the emotion is just naturally pouring out into this review, isn't it?
And honestly, I understand if you're wielding 6 zucchinis at a time, and one slip, and there go your fingers.
I feel like the amount of zucchini coming off of this slicer would be manageable if you weren't throwing a half dozen on the bitch at one time.
Yeah. There's got to be a little spot where things fall off nicely, but yeah, if you're getting 6 zucchini coins at a time, you're going to be buried pretty soon.
You're asking for it.
The finest slicer in the world can only accommodate so much.
Logistically, what do you want to happen? You're overstacking this poor slicer with unattached goods. You're basically making zucchini shavings. Even if you got a pan, you're those things are flying every which direction. Yeah. You need some sort of 4-dimensional pan.
And I assume it's fairly manual, right? Or does this thing automatically sink?
I think it's got a handle on it.
You're still cranking that thing back and forth, right?
Yeah.
At which point, just get yourself a mandolin.
Yep.
Because you can control where the slices are dropping. I know you might not be able to do 6 at a time, but if you're mandolining into a big bowl or on a cookie sheet,
I have a review from Amazon for the full-star mandolin slicer for kitchen. Potato slicer, vegetable slicer, mandolin food slicer, onion slicer, veggie slicer, fruit slicer, kitchen slicer, 3 blades with white. Let me send you a picture of this, Matt. And boy, if they would have looked at related products, would they have been in for a treat, huh?
Look at that.
Look at that thing's full of zucchini.
It drops it right in a contained instrument.
Yeah, it's just literally a mandolin with attached, where the mandolin is a lid for a Tupperware. So it all drops right in. It's just for
nice
vegetables.
Little, thing that you stab the sucker with, so you don't even have to get your fingers near that blade.
This thing is $16. The other thing was like $400.
Rod. Come on.
But take it from Kindle customer. They write, not the best for cheese grating.
Well,
this does great for slicing things like onions, but the cheese grater does not work well at all. I will get better results from my handheld grater, 3 stars.
Well, yeah. Anyone could tell you that. They threw in the cheese grating option just as why not?
Yeah, well, you like cheese. You like cheese. We like cheese. Yeah, I think buying a mandolin and complaining about the cheese grating option is like I don't know, buying a PS2 and complaining about the DVD player option.
Yeah.
It's just that's a bonus.
It's there. They threw it in. But are you intending to use it for that really? No. Use the purpose-built VCR DVD player so you can get everything.
And, okay, maybe we're nitpicking at this point. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, audience, whoever. But how good does a cheese grate have to be, you know? You can kind of sliver my cheese in any type of way and it's going to end up the same.
Yeah, I mean, what purpose are you grating this cheese for? I assume it's just to get it smaller than it was so that it melts easier?
Yeah, or to put to adorn a salad with, perhaps.
You don't necessarily need uniform gratings.
Mm-hmm. And if it's, I don't know, if it's just like crappy, if it just doesn't grate.
Gets stuck, that might be a problem with the cheese as opposed to the grater.
And the thing about cheese graters, there's a sort of, they are built to self-contain. You don't really need the Tupperware. So I think having to use your handheld still is sort of...
That's fine.
Yeah, it's a non-issue. Because you can just hold the cheese and the grater in the air and just let the things fly where they may. Put a little tray under it. Put it, literally take the lid off this mandolin and drop it in there. Whereas like you can't just hold a cucumber in the air and slice it around like a
heavens.
Like a badass. That's scary.
Yeah.
Anything to say about these two slicing things? I don't know. People be slicing stuff in their home, I guess.
Yeah, I like that they're preparing their meals. That's probably healthier. Yeah, good for you.
Who am I to judge? I bought some pre-sliced salami yesterday for sandwiches. Instead of putting it on a sandwich, I just ate like a stack of salami. But I let it to the professionals, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not letting myself complain about the slices of my meat. I'm just putting it in my face. I think we're going to take a break and put some meat in our face, though.
Let's take a break. Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second half of the episode, and welcome to... I don't have a sound associated with this. Unfinished business, the segment, what's that? We're going to Craigslist, that's what that is. Because I had fun last time, and I wanted to dip back into that gurgling, bubbling well.
Nah, the Craigslist segment's perfect, because we get a great, juicy... toxic sewage lace part of the internet that we usually don't get to go because there's no reviews there.
Yeah, I'm looking at this, and some of these gosh darn things that I had saved have expired, which is unfortunate. But luckily, since I sent myself the links in Discord, I still have the actual text of them. Like somebody was giving away isopods, and it had a picture, and it was just pill bugs, potato bugs, those little guys. But it got flagged, I guess.
You can't just give away bugs, dude.
But I didn't go to just misconnections this time. I started to branch out. We're still in Chicagoland because branching out beyond there is a bit too much for me right now.
Scary.
Yeah.
It's a big world.
But I'm in the community general postings right now. Here's a post titled, "Anyone selling car?" Text is, "Looking for cars."
All right.
There's a lot of places you could have this hunt. I don't know if Craigslist.
Do they think it's like a town crier where like everyone just knows? Okay, now everyone knows Rudy's looking for a car. All right, mission accomplished. I didn't want to get the word out other than that. There's not too much going on. I just am in the beginning stages. It's like when you're setting up a vacation out of town and you're going to Nashville and you got a buddy in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really, you haven't bought any tickets yet, but hey, buddy, this summer I might be in Nashville for a weekend. Could I crash? You're sort of sowing the seeds.
Yeah. You're like, hey, just so you know.
Yep, you're making the parties that could be privy to the event aware. This is an awareness boost, and I guess I can appreciate that.
Yeah. Here is I've got a couple of lost and found posts. This one titled, Left Sunglasses at Breakfast Booth. They write, both had stopped in for something quick. I was in the booth next to you. Tried, but you had left. Can't run in those shoes, even if everyone likes them. Maybe something that I did distracted you. Feels a bit like a misconnection, doesn't it?
Both a misconnection, and it makes it even creepier that it's not in the misconnection.
Yeah. Like, you misplaced your sunglasses when I took them from your table.
I think you're attractive, and I was looking at your feet.
Yeah, that is such a weird detail.
Making you know that I was looking at your feet. Yeah, that's Creepshow City. No, bruh. That's like you stole the sunglasses, didn't you?
Yeah, you wanted her to like look for another 10 minutes around the booth. Where are my gosh darn sunglasses?
Meanwhile, they're up half-inch up this guy's ass.
I think they're over here. You want to take a look? This other lost and found also isn't a typical lost and found. This person titles it Lost Storage for Summer Car. I lost storage for a small sports car, looking for a garage. Almost had something but lost contact information. Would have been nice. Nice couple, and she made us both laugh, too. Which, again, feels like a bit of a misconnection in that, like, is there some swinging going on here?
Yeah, there's that, and I just feel like some people, in this modern age, where social interactions are so, like, at a premium, I feel like there's a lot of people that are struggling with the idea that strangers don't give a shit about you anymore. And I think it's always been like that, but I think the comfort level with that is what's changed. I think there's people that are desperate for strangers to be good and nice and cool, and they project it so vehemently that a stranger could be good and cool, and I default to neutral. I default that sixth interaction. You know what I mean? I don't go into an interaction thinking that someone's going to be some type of way. I just don't think that's very nice. I don't want someone to come up to me expecting me to be nice to them. You know what I mean? That just puts a lot on me. I might not be in a position for prime niceness.
Can't get that out every day.
Yeah, and then I feel bad in turn. You know what I mean? Because then I have to be mean because I'm not playing into your perceived nice guyness. And it's one thing if I know you, Matt, you can expect me to be nice. And if I'm not being nice, you can tell me I'm not being nice. But you're not a stranger. I've known you for many, many years. And then Craigslist is where you have to expect that.
Yeah.
Obtuse.
Not going to happen. This is from the pets section. Someone has a post, Philobades terribilis. Looking to downsize collection, rehoming a large group of Philobades terribilis dart frog. Froglets have been out of water for 10 months, asking $50 per frog. Thanks, text is best.
Huh? $50 fucking for a dart frog, dude? That's a pest. That is like...
My issue is this person calling it a collection.
Yes, that was my first thought, too.
I gotta downsize, like it's a bunch of coins sitting in your garage or something.
These are living beings, dude. It's a pet. You don't collect dogs.
I gotta get rid of a few of these.
And people that do collect dogs do not say they collect dogs. They say they have a family.
Yeah.
And I know frogs don't be looking for pets, and, there's no service animal frogs, I'm pretty sure. But
no, not that I'm aware of.
It's still...
Your therapy
Come on,
frog.
dude. Therapy frog. The thing is, you can't pet a frog, right? It's the slime.
It is not satisfying in the way that petting a dog is.
Right, and I think in a literal sense, too, they're what's that, hydrophobic or whatever?
Right, yeah.
When you're touching them, you're not really touching them. That's so sad. A frog could never really be pet.
Oh, back in the Lost and Found, I have a found mobile phone. You would have lost this phone sometime the afternoon of May 12th in Oak Park while driving. I saw you drive and turn a corner. That's when you lost the phone. Maybe it was on your roof, or it went out your window. You might have been coming from a church service, and my guess is you are fluent in a second language. I tried to flag you down, but you drove off. Now that I think about it, if you stole that car, maybe that wasn't your phone. Anyway, if you can describe the phone, and especially the case and what's special about it, I'll assume the phone belongs to you and would be happy to get it back to you.
So we talking drug burner, we talking ex's phone. Yeah, we talking stolen car, throwing out the tracking device.
A lot of potentials here.
Yeah, and I think there is a way to say you have a lost phone without sussing out the other person 100%, even if they were sus. The starting with you would have lost this phone is you really lost the track right there.
Yeah.
You're saying information you don't know. I found this phone. I think it might have been on someone's roof of their car. I found it around this time. I saw a car leaving. It was this color. Maybe it was yours. Not like you're putting stories in our head, and I'm scared. Now I'm afraid.
Yeah, this person's possibly fluent in a second language. Like, would we dealing with mob ties here?
They're very intelligent and capable. They can make getaways. They've infiltrated our churches. What are we gonna do?
Oh no. We need to alert people on Craigslist.
Yeah, this needs to go to the town crier section. Phone stealing bandit. Grand Theft Auto.
We will end our Craigslist diversion today with back in the community general post. Someone has a post, tooth pull. They write, I need a tooth pulled. This isn't a romantic encounter.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, God. That really, that shakes me. That is a sad, lonely person. They have no one to express this insane, I need my tooth pulled in their whole life. They got to shout it to the Craigslist annals. And plus, even if it's you explicitly state it's a romantic encounter, no one's pulling your teeth for free off Craigslist without some sort of perversion.
Right, or they'll try and bum you with their dart frogs or something. Hey, can we do a swap? You give me that tooth, I'll give you a dart frog.
I'll pull that tooth out your face, but you gotta take about 23 dart frogs off my hands.
That's that. The business is finished this week.
Yeah. It feels like a second plague is being whipped up on Craigslist. No episode of South Park where they say shit so much like it starts the apocalypse because it's a curse word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that sort of energy bubbling up on Craigslist. More people keep posting about black market teeth pullings and plague. Their overabundant collection of plague animals. Like, it's only a matter of time
Got a
before
bunch of locusts. Anybody need these?
I got a huge collection of locusts here, and I just can't leave the house I gotta take care of them, but I got all this red paint I gotta put on these doors. Can someone help me out?
Anybody help me clean my bleeding walls? Bleeding for hours.
Yeah, when we see that one on the general community posting.
You can keep the blood.
You can keep the blood. I have a review you can keep. Do you want a cringy TV show or a cringy movie?
Ooh. You know what? TV show.
TV show.
We
talked to Friends probably would be oh man, that's a possible segment, just like IMDb Friends reviews. I bet there's got to be some shit. Some
crazy dedicated people who.
Yeah, some lovers and some haters. Mm-hmm. Very divisive. But this week, we got another divisive show. We talked about Angela Anaconda a couple weeks ago and its relation to Digimon.
Yes.
So let's just talk about Angela Anaconda this week. I have a review from IMDb. Angela Anaconda is a paper cutout style animation that ran on Nickelodeon from 1999 to 2002.
But a distinct factor, as opposed to South Park, where it's just like construction paper. Angela Anaconda used photorealistic images of people.
That's right. They're sort of supposed to be like the black and white old like school portraits, or like those books where you like they have pictures of people's faces doing emotions. They're kind of giving that vibe too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's also in the spirit of what's that one? Gumball? I think it's got what's that Gumball show on Cartoon Network? What the hell is that called? With the cat and the fish. It's got a big name. I'm looking it up. The Amazing World of Gumball. I think Gumball is sort of the chaotic good version of this show, where this is like chaotic evil. Anyway, one Google image search of Angela Anaconda, you'll just look at it and go like, oh, kids watch this? But don't take it from me. Take it from Max Mages. They write, the series is so bad, it's already become a meme. They write, in fact, the German dub is a lot better and gives all the characters a pleasant voice. However, this does not help against the really ridiculous dialogues and the fact that in some episodes even less happens than in Caillou, and all the characters always have to address each other with their first and last names. And why are things always repeated unnecessarily? Here in Germany, the series was shockingly pretty popular. Everyone in the schoolyard only talked about Angela Anaconda. I think because nobody understood why the show went on and on TV. The series is dull and uninteresting, ugly as sin, and still has been poster boy of Super RTL until we got SpongeBob. Super RTL must be their cartoon Nickelodeon equivalent over there.
Okay.
Honestly and objectively, I would have to share my rating again. Divided by 5, but I had so much fun with this series because you can make fun of it so perfectly that I just got to smile every time. 5 out of 10.
Okay. Fair, measured.
Yeah, I think the fun of it is just imagining these German children enamored. Because the appeal of it it didn't sound like it was, because the show was good, it sounded like annoying, and the characters talked funny. Like, the characters ugly. Were annoying, doing annoying stuff. The way in which they spoke was annoying, but the way in which they chose their words. But all the little German children convened at the schoolyard every day to talk about how fucking weird that show was.
There's value in that, absolutely.
Yeah. A little German schoolyard community formed over the absolute absurdity of Angela Anaconda.
I mean, maybe in a sense, I hesitate to make this comparison because there's no comparison. But I'm thinking of another show that people describe as ugly looking sometimes that does use some form of mixed media animation that's creepy and weird. And I know I've talked about it. We've talked about it on this show, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, it's just an excellent show, so...
Yeah. I think I would like Angela Anaconda better if she had a grandpa that said, "You made me look bad," and hit her with an oversized mallet. I'll leave this with another review from Java Guayo. They write, "Love Angela's revenge desires." There's a spoiler warning. I don't know why. Angela Anaconda is annoying, and usually that is effectively good. It reminds me of what South Park creators did because of the weird movements of its characters. I had to watch it over and over again to learn to love it. I believe the most uncomfortable thing is often Angela's desires of revenge against Annette. I remember being that way, fantasizing about annoying people. Maybe Angela is growing a borderline disorder inside her, but with that kind of antagonist and that teacher, I don't blame her. 7 stars.
Okay. Well, with that description, maybe I ought to give old Angela a chance.
Yeah, the reviews sort of do make you want to go back and watch a 11-minute episode and figure out what's going on.
Vindictive little child.
I don't know if I get on with this Angela character until I found out that there is evil in her heart. Hatred that is untamed.
It took me a few watches to really buy into that, but ooh, yeah.
Let me just send Matt a picture of Nanette here. I feel like I turned Angela Anaconda off a lot as a kid, but I feel like I must have watched it a handful of times just because it was on. Look at that little monster. I'd want revenge against that too.
Yeah. Ugh. It just hurts my eyes. God, this.
Do you have a review?
Yeah, I've got a Google review from Gordon Chamberlain. It is for the Viet-Thai restaurant in Regina, Saskatchewan. He writes, "Good pho. The dining room has a very authentic vibe, combination of practical and eclectic design elements that sort of clash in a delightful way. Like the handwritten sign over the kitchen door informing you that it is, in fact, the kitchen, and the pool noodles taped to the pole in the center of the room, making you wonder how many people smashed into it before they threw some padding on it. Some purple LED strip lighting and the music being streamed from YouTube adds a nice little touch. The message is clear that they know they are supposed to care what you think, but they don't actually care what you think. I find it refreshing. 4 stars.
Yep, that's the play. That's the spot, dude. I can just picture it. You know, it's because it summons images of my spot. Just some play like, well, you get these tables and chairs from Walmart. All right.
Yeah. Sounds a little wobbly.
There's a fish tank here. There's a bunch of goldfish. All right. Yeah, the music from Spot. Yeah, who knows? Like the quality music and the what are these ads?
That duct tape pool noodle image that's what sells it for me.
It's the truly lived-in feeling where it's not dirty, it's not disorganized, but this is a home. You know, this is a place. This is their world they're letting you into.
Oh yes, it feels very much like a neighborhood joint.
Yeah, that's the thing. And the city I live in now is just seriously lacking those places. I've got a couple, but it's just like...
Yeah, this makes me think of Soon's Sushi back in K-Town.
Absolutely. That is that type of place. Where there's the other sushi place in K-Town, but the old white dude owner who is married to the lady who makes the sushi doesn't come to your table and talk to you, see what's up, and be like, "Oh, you got to try this," and give you some weird pickled eel or something, and you're studying abroad. That's so cool. Oh, yeah, I studied abroad. Just that type of place where even if the owner doesn't come and talk you up, you feel there's some humans you're interacting with.
Yeah.
And in a world of ghost kitchens, dude, that's kind of at a premium. There's ghosts making our food, and people aren't talking about that. The ghosts are taking our jobs. I think that's it for ReviewParty.com. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Welcome to the end of the episode. Means you're in the Real Ones Club. Real One, I think you'd like to know. We got new opportunities to be a Real One every Tuesday. That's right, #Tuesday. Reviews Day. We got a brand new episode. If you're binge listening to this episode, wow. You made it to 204?
Good for you.
On the binge? Yeah, why don't you... You know what I like to do when I'm binging a podcast? I like to still listen to the newest every week, mid-binge. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Then I'm up and up on the goings-ons of the modern stuff. I can be in that be in the conversation, but also get the goodness of just binging a whole ass podcast. So a little recommendation for you, episode 204 binger, badass. Hey, if you got a review you want to send in, just like Paul, yeah, it was just Paul this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real One. Then you can send an email with that review to reviewparty.com at gmail.com. Include a hyperlink, screenshot, whatever you got to do. And then go to social media and do the same thing, and Matt's going to tell you about it.
Yeah, you remember when I talked about Instagram earlier at reviewparty.com? Yeah, it still exists. It also still, for the time, exists. TikTok, also at reviewparty.com. And hey, Twitter/X, that exists at reviewpartypod. We're on Letterboxd, Review Party. We got a YouTube out there, Review Party. I'm sure you can find us if you know how to work the internet. And we also have a website, reviewparty.com. What's there? I don't know, the blog where reviews are written about. You could either be entertained or informed. The shop, you can look at it and be like, I don't know if I'm ready to buy just now. Whatever. There's a lot of blue. There's hidden secrets to delight you for hours. Guaranteed.
And a little extra plug for the YouTube. I'm believe it or not, I'm subscribed to our YouTube on my personal YouTube account, and the Review Party subscription is the least intrusive, most wonderful subscription I've ever had. I am biased, but the way our videos just casually slip themselves into your shorts. This is all to say, if you like shorts on YouTube, do hit that subscribe. They'll just trickle right into your little shorts doom scroll session and just brighten it right up. I'm watching shorts, and I'm like, I never watch YouTube shorts because I want to. My brain just makes me do it. And going through that journey of watching a bunch of minute videos from randoms and having a review party in the middle, it's like an oasis. It's like a reminder of being human in the middle of the algorithm feeding me brain mush. What else do I got? Review party. Hey, let your friends know about the podcast. And thanks to Nosebleeds. Hey, guess who drums in that band? The guy who submitted that funny review, Paul. They're very cool, and they let us use their song Bread for Breakfast throughout our episodes as a little theme song, and you can hear more words from them, more jams from them. Spotify's a great place to do it. Nosebleeds, one word. This one, I think this is the finisher this week. I have a review from Amazon. It is for the Raid Ant and Roach Killer spray for listed bugs.
It's that time of year.
Yep. Keeps killing for weeks. Lavender scent.
Killing for weeks.
Yep. But don't worry. The murder is lavender scented. Malaya Lupe writes, does its job. I had a mailbox full of bugs. I used this and killed it instantly.
You killed the mailbox?
5 stars.
Get him.
It's got to be powerful poison to take out a whole mailbox. I think those is pretty sturdy.
Yeah.